So how do you think about fasting in general? And tell us about that.
Um, I love fasting,
Too.
and it's because fasting is such a mental game because it's not really as much physical as you would think. It's more mental because you keep thinking about food, and I think that those thoughts that you get about food are more about filling a void. Like you fill that void. So I think that fasting really gives me an opportunity to sort of breathe into some of the things that that I'm trying to fill, like these voids that I'm trying to fill. And it's like, and it helps you shift your sort of your consciousness about food from living to eat to eating to live. And you find that you're not consuming a bunch of food and constantly mindlessly munching, you find that it's like you use food for to like you would cigarettes or anything else. It's like it's an addictive thing to like pop a little something into your mouth, eat a little bar, drink this, do that. But if you're just drinking water and you're just being mindful of what's going on in your body, there's hunger is such a teacher. Like I just, yeah, fasting is probably one of my favorite things to do because a lot of stuff comes up for me and my energy level just goes through the roof.
Yeah, it's hard to tell people about it because there's a lot of fear surrounding it, and I understand it. I was there, and I'm not there anymore, but I was there, and I get it all. But it's really hard to communicate to people that it is about the mind, but I also find it is somewhat physical in that once your hormones do change for a bit, they kind of tell you you're not that hungry. Like, and I don't struggle. It's not like I'm struggling every time going, I want to, but I know this is good for. No, it's just I don't care, right? Most of the time, so it's kind of that. Yeah, I had one Facebook friend put it a very good way. You started making me think of that quote she had was she was just early getting into it, and then said, "I now start to think that maybe I've never been hungry in my life. I've only had cravings." And I thought, that's pretty good. And I thought that describes what I like that. So I started using it now from her. So that's great. And I feel like that. You're trying to fill a void with it, not that you need it. But I'm hungry. I have to. So it's a big subject. I don't know if we'll go all into it, but that's a good lead into the idea that it is something that's very has a lot of benefits more than just you're going to lose weight or something, and you have to starve to lose. It's not even about starving. It's about other things. It's not. It's about.
It's about letting your body go into autophagy, and so I would say that the biggest health benefit that you get from fasting is when you're getting into your third and fourth day. So your body goes into autophagy, and what autophagy is where your body starts killing off, or these cells, your cells go into a state of where they're just dying off. Like a cell says, hey, I'm not serving the body anymore, and now it's time for me to go. And your body only goes into autophagy when you're fasted, when the body says, hey, I need to kick into survival mode, and part of my kicking into survival mode means let's get rid of this luggage. And that the problem with I think with modern man is that we never go hungry and we don't fast. And so our bodies never go into autophagy, and we continue to build up all of these cells that really aren't serving us. Like they're not functioning at 100%, and we need to get rid of them to make space for these new cells, that are going to be functioning at 100%. And I would say that is hands down, without a question, the biggest benefit that you get from fasting is autophagy. And I would suggest, if you are interested in it, just Google autophagy and really drill down into the health benefits from it. It's a reset for you. You're getting rid of the cells, you're resetting your hormones, you're basically getting a new body. And if you can just do that once a quarter for 5 days, go without food and have a new body, I would say that juice is worth the squeeze.
Very much. Well, that's very exciting because I've never heard of that term, yet I seem to understand what you're talking about as you go. It just jives with my experience. So I find if I don't feel well, the best thing I can do is just don't eat for a while. Like just don't eat. It's not like people think, oh, what should I eat to feel better? It's quite the opposite for me. But I think that's a great way to go out on it. Go It was autophagy, was it?
Yeah, autophagy, and there's these T-shirts, and I love this T-shirt because I was at the metabolic health summit. I was at the metabolic health summit like that in February. Is like right before everything got shut down, and this guy had this shirt that said autophagy sells itself, but the cell was spelled CELL, and I was just like, yeah. And it's basically your body just kind of recycling and getting rid of these dead cells.